everybody, if you have ever been to a Kenny Rogers show anywhere in New England, one of several states in New England, that young man in the camera will look familiar to you. His name is Dave Twist. Dave has been I don't know, you've got a million different titles, but they've all been at Burncoat High School in Worcester. And for so many years, Burncoat has provided the choir for the Kenny Rogers Christmas show. And Dave, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
You too, John. Thank you.
So Dave, yesterday I put a post on Facebook about Kenny Rogers, and you said that, you know what, I'm finishing my career, I'm retiring this year, and you're going to do, along with your chorale, the Till the Season Comes Round Again. It was always the final song of the Kenny shows.
Right. He would shake hands with us, and we'd walk off the stage, and he'd sing that song. And it's such a beautiful piece.
Okay. So well beyond Till the Season Comes Round Again, you've mentioned to me on several occasions what an impact on your career that Kenny's had based upon how he interacted with the, you want to call yourself an opening act, but a support act. But talk about that, because the longer Kenny's gone, the less people remember the little things. But how many years did you have?
We did 8 performances over 10 years with him. Okay. And we started out in the smaller halls. So we did Lowell and Lynn.
Okay.
And then we went down to the casino.
Big casino.
Huge. I remember one of the kids said, when was the first time you performed someplace this big? Tonight.
Those were 10,000 seat arenas.
Yeah.
From that aspect of it. But you had mentioned, even when we were still doing the shows, how many of the kids that had done the shows in the first few years came back to you and said what an impact it made on them, even when they were in college?
Absolutely. And they tell their choir directors that they had sung with Kenny Rogers, and the choir directors were always blown away, because they know. We did stuff with Foreigner, and they just did one song. It was rehearsed in 10 minutes, and the kids came out and did it. But the Kenny Rogers stuff we were on stage for 45 minutes with him, and we did at least 4 or 5 different songs, and we got to hear him do other songs in the middle of them. And those arrangements they were challenging arrangements.
I know you always had a good relationship with Steve Glassmeyer and Kelly, and also working with Linda and Billy Dean and those guys. That must have been fun for you and your kids.
Oh, it's fantastic. And Linda was amazing. She would come out and do the sound checks with them and everything, and she would remember kids from year to year and be so pleasant to them. And Kenny always seemed to remember everybody. I remember one time, I think maybe the second or third year we were there, one of the things I say to the kids right before they perform is, stand up straight, take deep breaths, and don't suck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Kenny heard that. And so Kenny, every year when we would be there, he would always walk up to the kids and go, don't suck, don't suck, don't suck.
See, I never heard that story before.
The last year that we were there, he was in the cart thing, because he couldn't really walk around backstage.
Yeah.
And so he's coming down,
golf cart, right?
High-fiving the kids in the hallway, and he's going, don't suck, don't suck, don't suck. So,
oh, that's funny. That's funny. But, in your own career, it's not very often that a high school teacher would get to rub elbows with people with, 50, 60, $70 million records or downloads, whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
That must have been a benefit to you to bring that to the classroom during the other 30 weeks of the year when it was not rehearsal for the show.
100%. And the kids seeing somebody like Kenny, who was so gracious to them and so pleasant to them, made that so much nicer too. So the kids who did it for, some of the kids did it for 4 years in a row. And the kids who did it for 4 years in a row, the very first question on the very first day of school was, we doing Kenny Rogers?
Coming back.
Yeah.
We never really even used to know until October.
Well, the first time, if you recall, one of the colleges was supposed to do it, and they had some kind of an issue. So I only had 10 days to put it together the first time.
Yeah.
And I went down to the casino. We were doing Lowell that year, and I went down to the casino to see the show down there, and I watched it. I came home, and my wife said, "How did it go?" I said, "I am in so much trouble. We have so much to do to get," because there had been a college group down there, and they were phenomenal. And but the kids rose to the occasion, and they did it. I think they did a great job every year.
Well, I will tell you this, that there were plenty of times on nights that we weren't in this area that I'd be at the show where they said, where are the Burncoat kids? Where are the Burncoat kids? I wish we had them with us tonight because, some of the kids, they didn't show, and you can't blame the kids. It's they didn't show up for rehearsal, or they didn't show up on time, or they weren't serious. They were fooling around backstage. And that, when you do work a show like that, work is the thing. You're not out in the casino.
No, it's their job.
You're in the back room drinking warm water.
Yep, yep.
And maybe at the end you get to go out and but the parents used to love it too, did they not? It was a big night out.
What an experience for them to tell. I mean, most of the parents were my age or a little younger, but Kenny Rogers loomed very large in their life, and to be able to go and see them, their kids perform with somebody who is a validated superstar was amazing.
Validated superstar.
Well, I mean, you can't deny the fact that he made. He was a superstar,
Yeah, there's no question there.
Yeah.
So tonight is the tree lighting for the city of Worcester.
Yeah, the Festival of Lights. Yep.
Just down the street from your school. And you're going to end your version before the sing-alongs with Till the Season.
Yep.
Inappropriate. So you're gonna play Kenny and walk out into the aisle and shake hands with the audience?
Probably not. I'll be playing piano. But we're going to end my winter concert on the 21st. We're going to end with that song too. Okay. So that my last round of winter concerts all have a little nod to what was definitely one of the highest points in my career.
21st of December. Because there'll be people in Worcester watching this as well. 21st December at
Burncoat Middle School Auditorium. Yeah.
Is it like a daytime thing with the?
No, it's at 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's the Burncoat High School Orchestra, Jazz Band, String Orchestra, and the quad, my chorus.
Cool.
So,
Dave Twist, it's been a pleasure working with you.
You too, John.
It's always, you know what? When I got the call from Nashville saying we'll be at so and so locations, it was always see how many places you can get Burncoat to come. If they can come to all the New England shows, up in Maine. You did New Hampshire? Or,
no,
you didn't do New Hampshire.
We went to New Hampshire, the Capitol Performing Arts Center at one time, and
as guests.
As
right?
guests. But we did Massachusetts and Connecticut.
Cool. Okay. Dave Twist, Burncoat High School. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.